There are moments in marriage when you can feel the ground shift beneath your feet. Not because someone cheated, not because someone stopped loving you, but because life slowly pulls the person you love into a world where you no longer exist the way you used to. This is the story of how I watched my wife transform from the woman I built a life with into someone who lived more for an audience than for the marriage we vowed to protect. When we got married 2 years ago, I thought I understood what commitment meant. We had been together for 6 years, 4 spent learning each other, fighting for each other, growing together, and 2 as husband and wife, building what we hoped would be our forever. I was 27, she was 25. We were young, hopeful, and full of the naive belief that love alone would carry us through anything. For a long time, it did. Our relationship wasn't perfect, but it was real. We laughed at the same jokes, cooked late meals together, stayed up talking about our future, shared quiet mornings and busy nights. Life felt like something we were building with our own hands. One small, imperfect brick at a time. There was beauty in the simplicity, in the unfiltered parts of our everyday life. But somewhere after our first anniversary, a change drifted into our marriage. Quietly, slowly, almost invisibly. It began with her posting more on social media. At first it was harmless. A selfie here, a little clip there, a TikTok trend she wanted to try. I supported her enthusiasm because it made her happy. She found a spark of excitement in creating content, in experimenting with editing, in the thrill of sharing her creativity with others. But what starts small can grow quietly into something much bigger. Little by little, social media didn't just become a hobby. It became her identity. She started posting multiple times a day. Her follower count climbed. Comments poured in. She studied trends, planned content, memorized lighting angles, tracked analytics. She discovered an online world where validation came instantly. Likes, shares, adoring comments, constant attention. And without meaning to, she began to chase that feeling. Meanwhile, I watched the shift happen from just a few feet away. I never cared for social media. I don't want to be in videos. I don't want my life shared with strangers. I'm the type who values privacy, who enjoys the world with my own eyes rather than through a camera lens. But as she grew deeper into her influencer world, she began expecting me to be part of it, whether I wanted to or not. At first, it was small comments. Can you be in this video? Just stand in the background. Smile. It's for TikTok. Then came the comparisons. She would send me videos of influencer couples, dancing, matching outfits, romantic transitions, and ask, "Why can't you be like this? Why don't you support me the way he supports her?" It didn't matter that I supported her off camera. It didn't matter that I filmed countless takes for her. It didn't matter that I waited patiently while she created content everywhere we went. Because to her, support wasn't real unless it was public. The turning point for me, the moment I felt something inside me crack, happened at a football game we had been excited about for weeks. I thought it would be a date. A night of cheering, laughing, maybe grabbing drinks afterward like we used to. But the moment we arrived, she started posing. For an hour and a half, I watched her take photos, record videos, redo clips, adjust her hair, fix her clothes, then start over again. Not once did she look at me. Not once did she seem to notice I was there. And when she finally finished, she sat next to me but immediately opened her editing app. No hand on mine, no eye contact, no conversation, just silence. broken only by the sound of her fingers tapping on the screen as she edited a video for people she didn't even know. I sat there with thousands of voices cheering around me, but I felt completely alone. That night wasn't an isolated incident. It became our pattern. Everything, dates, dinners, outings, trips, turned into content opportunities. Every moment felt staged, performed, directed. We weren't living together anymore. We were recording together. And more often than not, I wasn't her husband. I was her cameraman. I tried to communicate. I tried to set boundaries. I tried to find compromises that made sense. Before our upcoming road trip, I suggested splitting the days, some for filming, some for us. It felt fair, respectful, balanced. But she rejected every idea. When I asked her what compromise she wanted, she said that she didn't have one. That was when I realized the truth she didn't want to say out loud. She didn't want balance. She didn't want boundaries. She didn't want limits. She wanted it all. Full creative freedom, full control, full immersion in her influencer world, with me participating whether I liked it or not. And I'm not sure which hurt more. The fact that she wouldn't meet me halfway, or the realization that she didn't even want to try. Because deep down, I miss my wife. Not the curated version of her. Not the on-camera personality. Not the influencer who exists for an audience. I miss the real her. The woman who held my hand. The woman who laughed with me, not at comments on a screen. The woman who looked at me, not through a lens. The woman who lived life, not filmed it. I feel like I'm losing her piece by piece, not to another man, not to betrayal, but to a digital world that gives her constant attention, constant validation, constant affirmation. A world where I cannot compete because I was never meant to exist in it. And the worst part? I still love her. I still want her, but I can feel myself fading into her life the same way I fade into the edges of her videos. I never thought I would say this, but it feels like she's becoming someone I don't recognize. Someone I can't reach. Someone who values followers more than a husband standing right in front of her. I don't want to lose her, but I'm terrified that I already am. If you've ever watched the person you love slowly drift into a world where you no longer fit, if you've ever felt replaced by a screen, an audience, or a dream that wasn't yours, tell me, what would you do if you were in my place? Would you fight for the marriage or walk away before you lose yourself completely?